You were the first person to come out to Lauren Daigle's rescue when all that controversy broke out. You were Superman for that. You risked a lot of publicity stunts to go after her for that because it was a heavy topic. Tell us a little bit about that.
Let's say you did disagree with it. Yeah, that's fine. You're allowed to disagree with it. Like, hey, maybe this is the time that maybe she needed some support.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? We are here live on the red carpet at the 50th Annual Dove Awards with John Crist. How are you doing, my man?
I'm doing good. Is it really the 50th?
It is the 50th.
It's a big day. I'm here to say this is my first one.
It's my first one as well, bro. I guess we're all doing it today. It was Riley Clemens' first Doves, your first Doves, mine. It's just a party here at the Doves for first year. So you got a new book coming out. Tell us about that.
I got a new book coming out. It's coming out in March. It's called Untag Me. It's basically one man's guide to appearing better on the internet than he is in real life. So like this, for example, it's a very, you're at an award show, you're on the red carpet, everybody's looking good, makeup, hair done. Later tonight, probably a couple hours from now, we'll be in the McDonald's drive-thru pounding a double cheeseburger.
Yep.
That's the real John, you know what I'm saying? So, but everybody likes to untag themselves in those kind of photos, but keep the ones this. So we're all on the internet trying to be better than we really are in a redemptive way that when anyone can never really feel love and connected and wholeness is when people know you for the good things and the bad things. You know?
No, that's amazing. And along with the book, you came out with a single called Check Your Heart with 1K view and no big deal. Nobody was expecting that. Where did that start?
We just straight up dropped that out of nowhere. Everybody's like, yo.
It was fire.
Well, I had this viral phrase or whatever called Check Your Heart, and I asked my DJ, Michael, I was like, hey, we should make a single. And he was like, I'll get my guys to do it, but if we're going to do it, we got to do it. Like, it can't be like a joke. We're going to go all the way. I was like, all right, if you want to, like, we're going to be serious about it. So he brought in the best MCs that he knew, 1K and Dill, and we made the track, and it's still, radio stations are still spinning it, man. It's great. Yeah.
No, that's phenomenal, man. And I know you're one of the most successful, I wouldn't even say Christian comedians. You're at the pinnacle of comedy right now, which is something you probably won't say. But I also know that comedy, a lot of comics have struggled with depression and anxiety in the past. How has that impacted your life? How has it impacted from success? And have you ever struggled with anxiety on that level?
100%. I think a lot of comedy at its basis comes from pain, comes from hurt. Like if you wake up in the morning and exercise, get a good meal, call your dad, tell him you love him, check your bank account and it's full, that's not necessarily funny. You know, there's nothing funny about that, but like getting broken up with, checking account overdrafted, can't find your shoes, you know, these are the type of things that are funny. So I think every comedian would tell you the same thing. We're ingesting the hardest and deepest painful points of life, and we're trying to make them funny.
Yeah.
Which is like, so they take a lot of the world in, but sometimes it doesn't translate into, you're ingesting it, but it's not necessarily the therapy. But what comedy is good at is saying the honest things. Yeah. But comics always get in trouble for, you know, crossing the line or doing something, but it's because they're trying to come to grips with their own hurt. So you're never going to find me criticizing a comedian. So if it comes out as, let's say, when somebody decides to cross the line, they're trying to work through their own feelings and thoughts. And sometimes those things happen, and you can't, as a comic, we can't go right up to the line 99 times out of 100 and nail it. The one time you cross the line, get in trouble.
Yeah.
So I got the benefit of the doubt for all comics. I'm not really the guy to talk to on that, but I do think comedy, when it's done well, would help other people. So many people that have talked to me about, I go through depression, I'm struggling with a divorce, I got a bad health diagnosis. Your comedy has lifted my spirits. Yeah. And that I think when comedy's done well is when it's working perfect.
No, that's amazing. And the last thing I want to ask, or actually just get your opinion on, you were the first person to come out to Lauren Daigle's rescue when all that controversy broke out. You were Superman for that. So most of us on the Christian community respect the crap out of you for that. We were like, John checked his heart and he went, and he just saved her from, you were just a voice of hope in a dark time for somebody. And what prompted you to do that? I wouldn't say risk your career, but you risked a lot of publicity stunts to go after her for that because it was a heavy topic. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, I just saw I don't know Lauren personally. I don't know, like I don't know how to make it sound like that, but I do know her, and I also know as an artist myself, she's obviously way bigger, way more famous than me. But people have come after me. I feel like unfair. Like they just picked up on one clip and they're like, we'll take it, we'll run from here. I'm like, you don't, and like you don't know her heart, you don't know her personally, you don't know where she's given her whole life to the work of the ministry, and it's like we kind of have demonized our own in a lot of ways, and we're looking for a reason. We're looking for a reason to cut fellow believers instead of like, oh man, let's say you did disagree with it. Yeah, that's fine. You're allowed to disagree with it. Like, hey, maybe this is the time that maybe she needed some support. Yeah. Not people on Twitter being like, That's all I was saying. I was just trying to be like, hey, she's a human.
John Crist.
That could be said about everybody, by the way.
Yeah, and John Crist just wants everybody to know before you go after Lauren Daigle, check your heart first, and he won't come after you. John, it's been great meeting you. Thank you so much for taking time, man.